All right, so Subaru's announced the pricing on this all-new Forester. This is the 2025 model, and I hope you got a big raise last year because they really jacked the prices up on this thing like big time. Like we're talking 31 grand for the base model. How about 41 grand for the touring model? And this is, yeah, there's no major updates here. This is the same engine. This is the same engine they've been using for like the last 25 years. And that's the touring model as well. How about the transmission? The same CVT they've been using for 10 years? Yeah, and the interior, yeah, it's the same design from all the other Subaru models that they've all had this interior for what, like the last 5 years, right? And then, yeah, the same infotainment, and this is unbelievable. The same analog gauges that they've been using for the last 20 years. It's all the same stuff, isn't it? So they're charging more money and you're not getting anything new. I mean, you're getting a new design, but what is the profit going to be like on this thing? And the sunroof here is the same one they've been using for the last 25 years. I mean, when this thing first came out, when the Forester first had this thing, it was awesome, wasn't it? Like nobody else had anything like this. They just had this, you know, typical little sunroof. But now everybody else has got the panoramic roof, right? That's actually a little bit wider and goes further back. So again, I don't know, you know, I guess more credit to them. You know, if they can sell this thing, for more money with all the same parts, like I said, the profit margin has got to be huge on these things. And they probably will. They just said that the Forester just broke another sales record, the old model. So you know they're going to sell a ton of these because I think, yeah, in fact, let's talk about the design here real quick. It looks it looks a lot better. You know, it's a little bit more polished, a little bit more mature. Yeah, the old model was just, it was a little bit funky, a little bit too radical, really. I mean, you know, they tried to do too much. It's a Forester, right? I mean, so they've kind of smoothed it out. Maybe you like that. Maybe you don't care that it's a little bit more mainstream. I guess they're going to offer this trim here with this kind of bronze accent. This looks really cool. Bronze wheels. There is some bronze trim on there as well. And yeah, the little, like this is from the WRX, right? So this is kind of cool, like the little fender vent off the, supposedly this is functional too. It probably doesn't make a huge difference, but it's still a little cool design detail, especially considering Subaru's rally heritage, right? So yeah, I mean, it looks a lot better. And yeah, the taillights here, this is my favorite part. And it's not even because these are that great. I mean, the old ones, those lobster claws, I hated those taillights. I mean, the only way they actually looked decent is if you got the wilderness trim with the black piece in the center, right? Because then it kind of at least made it look like this kind of, like an integrated taillight, you know? So, but actually the detail in this light is actually kind of cool. Obviously there's a lot going on here. It kind of reminds me of, you know, not the current generation, but the generation before that. It kind of had a lot going on with the taillights, a lot of clear, and then there was like the little square things inside. Yeah, you know, when I first saw those taillights, I didn't like those either, but every time I see one of those on the road now, I'm like, that looks amazing. That looks amazing compared to those lobster claws. The only thing is, what is this? It's like an old little halogen turn signal bulb. Like there's a lot of space here. Like what's going on here? There's nothing here. And then this is all like, it's a cool design, but I mean, you couldn't have fit a little LED turn signal light in there somewhere. And just to go back to the interior here, you know, maybe some of you might say, well, this is an all new interior. Yeah, like I said, not really. I mean, the Outbacks had this interior for quite a while now. I guess what is new, yeah, they give you this textured pattern on the passenger side. So I don't know, that to me, I don't know, do you guys like that? I mean, I guess it's kind of a cool little effect. They're tying it into the exterior here too, as you can see. Down on the lower sills, it's the same kind of texture. And then, yeah, this is, I mean, of course, this is the touring model. This is the $41,000 model. They give you this little piece of brushed bronze. So for 41 grand, that's what you get, I guess. And then, yeah, of course, the Forester's always been known for this practicality, huge cargo space because it's so boxy, it's so squared off, right? With the huge windows Of course, they're not going to change that recipe. This is one of the main reasons they sell so many of these things. One thing that's interesting, though, I don't remember this. It looks like this is the touring model again. It looks like we do get a black headliner in here. I can't remember. Does the current touring model have black headliner? For some reason, I seem to think it's only like the Wilderness and the Sport model. So that if that's a new upgrade, hey, you know, I'll take it. And maybe there's like a few more grocery hooks here. It looks like. I don't know. I mean, I guess like I said, it's like if they're gonna sell these, people are gonna buy these no matter what they do. I guess. So yeah, they might as well just charge more money for it. And by the way, too, there is a new color here. This is like, you guys put it in the comments. I forget what it's called, and you can't even tell in this picture what it is. Really, I have to tell it. I have to describe it to you. It's like this real earthy, warm gray. It actually looks fantastic, but yeah, for whatever reason, Subaru, all these press photos, they took it like as the sun was setting in the shade. So, so yeah, you can't even appreciate the color. But I mean, what else is there to talk about? Not much. Like I said, there's not much new here, is there? It's the same car. It's the same car using all the same parts that they've been using for between the last 10 and 20 years, right? I mean, there's nothing new. There's nothing exciting. There's no reason to upgrade to this new model. You know, if you've got an older Forester, just keep it. And by the way, they do state that, I guess, the current Wilderness, the current generation Wilderness is going to be, yeah, they're saying that they're going to still keep making those. So I guess it's going to be a while till we get a Wilderness version of this new generation Forester. And if they're going to be producing this old model alongside the new model, I mean, that kind of tells you everything. That kind of tells you how similar these are going to be, aren't they? So yeah, you're getting nothing new other than the design. That's really it. I mean, if you like the design, and I like it, I think it's a huge improvement, honestly. And of course, you know, they'll say like, well, yeah, we got like improvements to the ride quality. I don't know. There's not going to be improvements to efficiency or fuel economy, is there? I mean, it's the same engine, same transmission. Maybe it is more aerodynamic. I mean, I guess that's possible. It is. Maybe they've been able to squeak like 1 mile per gallon out of this thing. But yeah, otherwise, I don't know. I mean, I guess, I don't know. It does look a lot better. It does look a lot better. So yeah, I guess if maybe it is a little bit quieter, maybe it rides a little bit better. It looks better. It's just, you know, a lot of people, they want the newest, latest thing. So if that's you, you better get your checkbook ready.